Hey, welcome to my journey into another weigh-in. I'm up late because I went shopping this morning and I really wanted to wait for it to warm up to come out on the porch because it was too chilly this morning, but I knew it was going to warm up, and it is, oh my gosh, it's beautiful out here. I don't know what the temperature is, but it could stay like this year round. If I could get this temperature and some snow at the same time, then, but you can see, I can't hardly see myself because it's kind of bright, but I feel my hair sticking up. So y'all, oh, there's Amazon. He ain't bringing me nothing. I wish he was. I wish Amazon would stop here every day. Who don't love going out on the porch and getting up a package? I do. Listen, I was gonna tell you, I already started talking to you and I already feel better because when I come out here to set this up, I was in a foul mood. I ain't tell you why, but I was. I'm like, I'll get to talking to my buddies and I'll get to feeling better. So I was already feeling better. Just turning the camera on and knowing y'all was there got me feeling better. I still don't like what I'm mad about, but I'm fine. Y'all get that way, you kind of get over it, but you still remember it. Like, okay, I'm over it, but I don't like it. You know what I mean? But anyway, weigh-in. I'm like, what was we here for? I don't know if we have much to talk about today. I'll be honest with you, I ain't got much to talk about. I ain't. Let me see, my coffee's probably too hot. Good Lord have mercy. I just about scalded myself. Weigh-in. I weighed 273.4 for 0 change. That's exactly what I was last week. That's crazy to me. And I'm still at 103.7. I meant to look on my phone before I come on here to give you my average weight loss for the week because, you know, I'm using that app. When I started the app last Wednesday, I was 278 something and then 273 something on Thursday. And you remember we talked about how it could be water when you gain, that was Wednesday, and then Thursday it was gone. So if Wednesday had been my weigh-in, look how much I would have gained. But it just so happened Thursday was my weigh-in. So in the scheme of things, the 278 didn't even matter because what I counted was from last week to this week. But on the averaging thing, what in the world? Did he come to that door? The averaging thing, I started at 278 and then I'm down to 274. So, which is Wednesday to Thursday because I started Wednesday. I wish I had waited and started Thursday. I went on there and tried to delete Wednesdays and I couldn't do it. So I don't know if maybe I'll just try to delete everything and start over to get the right average from Thursday to Thursday because that's what I prefer to have since that's, you know, weigh-in day. Wait. But the average would be whatever, I don't know. I ain't trying to do all that kind of math. But here's the thing. I could have lost weight. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I could have lost weight if I'd just done what I know what I was supposed to do. Here is my question to you. You that are in the same boat as me. You who seem to struggle more than others. Why? Why do we not do what we know we're supposed to do? Why is that so hard for us? Why is it so hard to know? All I have to do is eat my protein and drink my water. Exercise, I'm just not doing it right now. So I'm not even considering exercise because I'm not doing it right now. I'm thinking I will, but I'm not. You know what I mean? But the protein is the important part and the water is the important part that I'm supposed to be doing, that I have been doing until I haven't. Y'all know what I mean. We're good until we're not. Why is it so hard to just track my food, keep an eye on my protein, make sure I eat all I'm supposed to eat during the day, drink all my water? I used to get around to drinking, let's say 3/4 of the time, I get around to drinking my whole first cup with, my flavor cup. I do not get around to making a second one. I sometimes sip on my other water, and then, of course, I drink coffee and sometimes tea, but I never get around to making that second. And that's my goal, is to drink 2 of those big cups a day. I probably should drink more, but my goal is to drink 2 of them. The bariatric people at the place, they want you to have 64 fluid ounces of water, liquid, and I'm supposed to be drinking decaffeinated coffee, and I'm not. I'm drinking regular. They say it dehydrates you, but I don't feel that it does. I mean, if anything dehydrates me, it's them 3 fluid pills I take a day. It keeps me in the bathroom. So I'm not doing what I'm supposed to there, but I read somewhere that after a certain point in time, you can go back to your regular caffeine, and so I did. I drank my decaf there for a while, in the beginning when I was supposed to. So I feel fine. I feel fine about it, as I should say. But I don't know why it's so dadgum hard to just do it. Just flipping do it. And quit doing stuff you ain't supposed to do. Listen, I've been laying heavy on them carbs, honey. I've been eating too many carbs. Just too many carbs. I'm going to tell you what I did. I ate some tater chips. I ain't supposed to be eating tater chips. I can fit anything in if I want to, but if it's taken away from my protein, then I shouldn't eat it. And I can bet, since I wasn't tracking, it was taken away from my protein. It was in place of protein. I'm just telling you. Today, at the VV, I went there. They have a whole big spot of rows of overstock closeout of Christmas and Valentine's candy. Candy. My mama had a dog. She had poodles, and you had to spell it because the dog knew what candy was, and she would spell it Candy. She would add the DY on there. Listen, she had one of them poodle dogs that would just let me flop it around like a rag doll. He did not care. Duke. His name was Duke. Sir Duke. What was his name? Okay, so let me think. She had TT Michelle. That was her favorite. That was the little gray. And she turned like white when she got old. She lasted the longest. She had TT Michelle. She had Fifi Paulette. She was black. Duke Lafayette. And he was white. And Frenchie. What was Frenchie's middle name? I don't know Frenchie's middle name. He was kind of off-white, I guess you could say. But Duke let me do anything. He was my favorite. He just let me flop him around like a rag doll and just play with him and everything. I love them dogs. Anyway, I was up in there by myself. I was up in that candy section, and I shouldn't even look. I just shouldn't even look. But I was looking to see if they had any other kind of food, maybe marked down, because they'll still get stuff in there that's in date. It's just maybe a crushed box or marked down, like Big Lots used to be. The VB's getting stuff like that, Well, they didn't, but they had candy, and they had this Boom Chicka Pop Swiss Miss hot cocoa marshmallow for 99 cents. And I said, you should not have it. You should not have it. I bought it, and I ate it on the way home. Why? Why did I do that? It is just, it's aggravating that I give in. Do y'all feel that way? Y'all get just so aggravated that you give in? Not that you can't just, okay, move on. Okay, I'm moving on. But the fact that I did to begin with is what gets on my nerves. I knew standing there I shouldn't buy that damn popcorn. But I did. And the cashier, we know each other. I was there looking. She goes, "Hey, Miss Lady, what you getting today?" I turned around. She goes, "Oh," she said, "I took my blood pressure pills, so I think I can have something too." I don't know what blood pressure got to do with getting chocolate, but whatever. So here's the bad part too. I ain't even gonna go in there and throw the rest of it away. There ain't much in the bag. It's not a big bag, so it's not like a golly-wobbin amount. But I ain't even gonna go in there and throw it away. I'm gonna eat it. I am. I ain't got no sense to come on here and tell y'all no lie that I ain't gonna eat that popcorn. Because I know as good as I'm sitting here, unless something comes along and I really get strong and throw it away. But as I sit here, I feel as weak as swamp water to that popcorn. What are we gonna do? I was all gung-ho. I was all in. And then with his sister dying, I ain't trying to make an excuse, I'm just telling you, with his sister dying and other things surrounding that we had to do, my eating was off, so, and I didn't prep, so I didn't have that to fall back on, and my eating got off, and I ate the carbs, and then we ate out several times, out of necessity basically, and so this week has just been an odd eating week. It's been very odd. I'm being converged 3 ways home. There was one coming up the road, down the road, and in front of the road all at the same time. But yeah, it's been a very odd week. Nothing's gone right this week as far as eating, and I've gotten weak. I've slinked back into some old habits that I shouldn't have slinked back into, and I think when you get off track, it's hard to veer it back over, and I know I've got to. I know what I'm supposed to do. I know I'm supposed to go in and throw that popcorn away. I know it. But sitting here before you, I don't feel that that's going to happen unless somebody can talk me into it. I mean, that's all I know. But so today I didn't track my breakfast. I started out good. Breakfast was a liver mush sandwich without the crust, because I bought myself some bread because I was wanting some bread. So I bought myself that 45 calorie sliced bread, and it's got decent protein in it for bread, which I picked off part of the protein because I picked the crust off, and all I had was 2 little pieces out of the middle, barely covered up my liver mush with some mustard, and that was breakfast. And then I hadn't eaten my lunch yet. I guess I can count that popcorn as my lunch. I got some vegetable soup in there to eat. I thawed it out yesterday to eat it. And see, I've had Sebastian for 3 days, and that ain't helped. I've been eating with him. I made him muffins, and I ate muffins. I made him macaroni and cheese. I ate macaroni and cheese. So, just stuff like that. That's how this week has gone. And today, I started out with the intentions of, hey girl, you got no excuses today until I go and look at that blasted candy. Listen, this is all I can do, not to go back up in there and buy some more of that popcorn to have on hand. Which, here's the thing. I can account for that popcorn because I seen on the back, the sticker was over the serving sizes, but it couldn't be too many serving sizes in there. A serving was like a cup and a quarter. And you could feel the bag. There was not many, maybe 2.5 servings, if that. And I did not eat. I probably ate a full serving. You know, I didn't measure coming down the road, but I didn't cram handfuls in my mouth at one time either. You know, 1 or 2 pieces at a time. And just from the BV to here, and that's 5 minutes, no, 10 minutes, I don't know. Excuse me. So, I come in, got out of the car and put it up. It's in there, it's put up. But so let's say the serving size was 170 calories. I read that much. I didn't bother reading the sugars or the proteins or nothing like that because I know it's carbs, it's popcorn. But y'all know I'm not going out without popcorn. Y'all know I'm not. Even though there's a certain way, and I know maybe I'm balking at the system or the way I'm supposed to be. I don't know. But I still have the mentality of, yes, I'm supposed to do this because I had surgery, but I still got to have a life that I can sustain. And a life without popcorn is not sustainable to me. Now, without Swiss Miss popcorn, yes, that's not necessary. But a life without just having popcorn, that's not a sustainable life to me. So I'm thinking, as long as I do the rest of my day the way it should be, I can account for that 170 calories worth of popcorn if I leave it alone the rest of the day, if I don't go in there and finish the bag, right? I mean, we're sitting here, we're talking this thing out. I've talked how long, I ain't looked because y'all know I don't ever look, how long about what I've eaten. Could you say go on and on like a broken record? But I'm talking this thing out here. I can count for it calorie-wise. Carb-wise, yeah, I probably could if I didn't eat no more carbs the rest of the day. I don't know how many was in that bread because I would have to weigh it. And I've done that before when I made the little peanut butter and jelly sandwiches that you get in the kind you get in the freezer section, the little round ones. What are they called? Homemade, oh my gosh, I don't know, but I got one of them little cutters from Pepper's Chef that makes them. And when I was doing Weight Watchers when I made them, and I put them in the freezer. And when you cut the bread off and weigh it, it took down a whole point on those sandwiches. I think it was a whole point on both slices together. But yeah, when you don't eat the crust, that takes out a lot of calories and whatnot. What in the world are them things called? Uncrustables. Yeah, I made my homemade Uncrustables. So that would have let go of some of my carbs. Listen, that's a pretty car. They live on the biggest house on the road. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 houses that they built in front of us a couple of years, maybe 3. How long have I had my porch? Maybe 4 years back. And theirs is the biggest of the 3. That was a nice vehicle. I've only seen it sitting up there. I hadn't seen it up close. It was, I couldn't read what it was, but it was like navy blue. Didn't look like a speck of dirt on it. You want to see my car? I used to go religiously to the car wash. And then I kind of got out of that. Listen, there's another thing. It's not just in our diet where we slack off. It's in other parts of our life. We get all head up about something. Like I was very diligent about keeping my car clean. The outside, I went to the car wash. Now, I never went and vacuumed in or nothing like that. But I would make sure, the inside was decently clean. It's decently clean now. It just needs a good upholstery. I think the person who had it before me was a smoker. And when you spill something, which is usually water, like when my water bottle would sweat or however the ways that you get water and it spills, it leaves like dark rings. So I think it's bringing the smoke out. You see what I'm saying? And when we got it, they had cleaned it, but you could just kind of get a faint smell of some smoke. Smokers know, and I was a smoker. I was a good smoker. I was a diligent smoker. So I slacked off keeping my car clean. I journaled when I first started this journey. I journaled, not writing journals, but I've showed it to you before. Decorating pages and inspirational quotes, and I put a recipe here and there. I put points for things. You know, when I was on Simply Feeling, I got a whole Simply Feeling page. I got all kind of things in there. And then I petered out on that. So I quit being diligent on that. I bet if we sit here and think, in our lives, there are all kinds of areas that we slacked off on. Like, it's like the honeymoon phase is over. And we shouldn't be that way. We gotta stay on that blasted honeymoon if we want to work. I've got to stay on the honey. I've got to be as excited about my diet and losing weight today as I was the day before surgery. We'll say the day before surgery. I was so excited. I couldn't wait. I could not wait for this journey to begin. And then when the weight wasn't coming off like it does for everybody else, and I'm talking about when I was on liquids only for 2 weeks, hardly lost a pound. Went on pureed foods, soft foods, hardly lost a thing. So it come off real slow, and it should have fell off like it did for other people. That's why that has really made me and it's got me down. Not to the point where I'm just dragging low, my belly's, dragging on the gravels, nothing like that. But it's kind of gets to you. But I'm getting over that, and talking to the lady, last week about the medicines. I'm fine with that, and I'm not fine with it, but you know what I mean. But I got to go back to how I was excited. I got to, okay, here's a new fun way you can get your protein in. Here's something new and tasty. This is exciting. I need to get excited about meal planning, not just flinging something down on the paper. I need to get excited about it. I just need to sit back there and figure out, this is how much protein this, all the things, because you know how I like to do paperwork and write on stuff and do stuff like that. So I need to get back in there and get excited about it. And if I'm sitting back there all day figuring out recipes and the macros for it and how much it would be for me and blah 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 and the servings, etc., then so what? If I'm enjoying myself, I've got to go back to that. So I feel like a freaking broken record today. I feel like I'm talking in circles and repeating myself, and that get on my nerves. I get on my own nerves. Listen. Speaking of getting on my nerves, I went to the liquidation center, right? Because I was coming back that way from Salisbury, and I was on that road. I'm like, I got to go by there. It's Thursday, it's dollar day. So I normally take RJ, but he's got Sebastian. I was not taking him up there. No, we went to the Dollar Tree yesterday. OMG. That kid. In the way of everybody. How many times I say, Sebastian, come here. But I went up to the liquidation center. Lord have mercy, I was only up there an hour after they opened, and it looked like the locusts went through there and just flung everything out of the boxes. There were so many empty boxes. You're not supposed to open the boxes. People had ripped those boxes open. Stuff was half here, half there, but this one woman, this is what they do. It's bins, and you stand on, there's people on both sides, and it's just full of crap, and you just dig through it. You just pump. I got George of the Jungle over here in my neighbor's house. Did you hear him? So you pile through it. Well, she would pile and then dump it over and dump it on top of what I was looking at. Jesus, take the wheel is all I can say. I just held it in, just continued doing what I did. But I got 2 bags of stuff, but not that many things. But I'm thinking I'm going to do a separate video because it's going to take me a while to haul that, because I'm going to have to cut it open and see. Listen, I either got... Oh, he's bringing in groceries and singing. I either got good stuff or I got crap, because when the boxes are half open and you kind of tell what it is, you take a chance if all the parts are there. And then some of them, they put stickers over what the sticker on it that says what it is. This place puts a sticker over it. Well, people have pulled the sticker off and then you can read what's in it. So you either got the full set or you didn't, or it looks like maybe what you think it's going to look like or it don't. So I've either got $9 worth of good stuff or $9 worth of poop. But I think I might do that in a separate video, because I got to add another Dollar Tree and thrift onto the Dollar Tree and thrift I did yesterday, so that's going to probably be a big video. But Southern boys in their trucks. Oh yeah. Okay, well, I guess that's all I know. I don't know. How y'all doing this week? Hey, how you guys doing that? I've told you about him. I know I've told you about him. I'll tell you about him again. We had this terminal manager when me and David met at the trucking company. We had this terminal manager. I won't tell you his name. Okay, them boys walking up the street. As long as they don't be stopping at my house, don't be coming up here trying to sell me nothing. I think they're just walking. Keep on walking. Anyway, he walked around, and for whatever reason, he picked at his butt. I don't know if his skivvies was up in his crack or it was just a nervous habit, but he would always walk around, and he wore dress pants. He wore a shirt and dress pants. And so I don't know if I don't know if it was just a nervous habit or if he seriously had a problem with his skivvies. So he'd walk around, he'd be picking at it like that, walking around like that. And he was real country. Hey, how you fellas doing tonight? I can hear him to this day. He was funny. There was this one guy on the dock. Well, he worked on the dock and in the office too. He did him dead on. I mean, he took off on him. I can't think of what I'm looking for. You know when Goober is telling Gomer's telling Andy that Goober takes off on who is it he takes off on? Lord have mercy. I done forgot. Boy, they got a bunch of groceries. Of course, they got 3 youngins. Me and David's just 2 of us, and we got too many groceries. I tell you what, I've got to get this stuff out of my freezer. If we gonna have a garden, and I'm gonna have things in there like, I don't know, just things, I've got to get this stuff out of my freezer. We got to start eating out of this freezer, and I got to quit buying stuff to put in the freezer to have to eat out of the freezer. We got to eat what we got, and if it ain't what we want, that's just tough. Tough, you know what's. I was gonna say what I would say. I ain't gonna say it. So okay, I'm gonna shut my mouth, and I'm gonna go. Listen, I think my varmint's back. I was in there this morning, and I can't remember what I was doing. I was sitting there doing something, and I heard some scratching. Now, David was in the bathroom, which is attached beside my craft room, but he don't scratch up under the house when he's in the bathroom, in the shower. So, I don't know. Anyway, all right, well, for real, that's all I know. I'm sorry, this was a dumb video. Me just talking about what I eat all week long. That's what I say about it. So, I'm going to go in the house and I guess I'll edit this video and eat me some soup. That soup that come out of the freezer, so yay on that. Okay, well, that's all I know. Thank y'all for putting up with me and my nonsense. I do appreciate it. So that'll do it for me today. This is Thursday. Be here, good Lord willing, the creek don't rise. Friday at 1 o'clock for live. Come with some topics. Because I tell you, sometimes y'all leave me sitting there like a deer in headlights. I can't think of nothing. I don't have a life. My life is as boring as all get out. Nothing goes on with me. I don't go anywhere except shopping. And we talk about that when I do my hauls. So, y'all got to come with some topics. Ask me things. Write down a cheat sheet and come in and ask me some questions. So anyway, I'll see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock if you can make it. I'd love to have you. Okay? That's it for me today. Okay. Kiss, kiss. Bye.